Greetings, Captains. Gunship here. The new power update will bring some big changes to Naval in War Thunder. I want to update you on the new split tech tree, Silver Lion's earnings, a list of the new battleships as far as we know now, and what you need to do now until the new major update is coming out if you don't want to spend Silver Lions unnecessarily. So let's get started. The tech tree is splitting into two new tech trees for each nation, a coastal fleet and a blue water fleet. This is what we know of the British tech tree so far. As you can see, there's a coastal fleet, which is the smaller ships, and the blue water fleet, which is destroyers and above. Main difference here is, of course, if you want to start off with destroyers straight away, you can. This is great news, and I think that will make a big difference, especially for World of Warships players that maybe want to transition over to War Thunder. Also, as you can see here, we got some interesting battleships right at the end. Like after the London is the Colossus, and after the Kent is the Dreadnought. If that stays like this when it actually comes out into live. But for now, that's what it looks like. So this is what I know of for the new battleships or heavy cruisers. As you can see from the top, we have two German ships. Those are both battleships, and they're both carrying, large guns. Some are 11-inch guns, the other ones are 12-inch guns. So obviously the later Helgoland version is a bigger ship in that lineup. For Japan, we've got a heavy cruiser, the Ikoma, and we have a battleship, the Shietsu. The cruiser is interesting because we are talking about four 12-inch guns as the main armament. So it's a bit like a Graf Spee in that respect. It'd be interesting to see how that plays. For the USA, we have the New Orleans, again a heavy cruiser, and followed by the North Dakota battleship. So again, super interesting how that's going to be with the 10, 12-inch guns on that one. Also bear in mind that with the new battleships, not all gun turrets can point in the same direction. Some have turrets on either side, and that should be really interesting to see how that all plays out and looks like. I certainly look forward to that. And then we've got two battleships for the British. We must have done something right or something since we get this honor. But yeah, the HMS Dreadnought, which is arguably probably the first one of the whole lot, and the Colossus is also coming in. Both have 10, 12-inch guns in different sort of configurations. Be interesting to see how they play. I certainly look enormously forward to it. As you can see from the list, there is one nation missing. This is Italy. I haven't seen anything for Italy yet. So maybe it's to come. It's a big surprise, or maybe we'll just have to sit out for a little while until they get them sorted. But either way, that looks really cool, and for a list that is balanced, I think, yeah, this should be good fun. And we have to get used to sail a little slower, because you can see it's a bit more like 40 kilometers an hour rather than 60, as you're used to with the cruisers these days. So I managed to capture a couple of screenshots of the German and the Japanese Navy. And as you can see here, the battleships for the Germans starts after the Admiral Hipper, and for the Japanese Navy is after the Tone, which maybe is a little bit a surprise, as some people might have thought it would be after the Spey and after the Mogami. I don't have one for the US tech tree, unfortunately, but as soon as we access to the test servers, I'm sure that will come up real soon. So with the split of the tech trees now means that because we have this blue water fleet, that lots of destroyers are now in what's called rank 1 and 2. It doesn't change the battle rating, but it certainly changes the cost. As you can see from this limited list, but just to highlight, if we look at the ones in green, which is this a few examples of ships that are going to decrease in buying costs. So the Cleveland, after the patch or the new power is coming out, will be basically half price. German destroyer is falling dramatically in value. The Hunt is falling again because it's a low-level destroyer, massive in value, as well as is dropping down big time, but it probably ought to anyway. On the other hand, there's also things that are going to go up. So if you have almost researched the Southampton, for example, then please continue to do so and make sure you buy it before the new patch comes out. Otherwise, you get charged another $250,000 silver lions for the privilege. Jaguar is going up big time as well. Look, it's almost 400,000. And the PR159, I mean, that's almost extortionate. It's going up by 760,000 silver lions. And the PR35, which is sort of the one you can research using squadron points, that's also going up quite a lot. So well worth getting that ship if you can before the new patch land. But as I said, go and look at the link in the description below to the spreadsheet and have a good look through for what you are researching, what you are playing with, and make sure you optimize your buying power either before or after the patch, so you don't get cheated on for that. There is, however, some good news as well, and that is that especially for cruisers, the silver lions gain, how much you earn after each battle, is going to go up significantly. It's probably going to double. So if you currently, after a battle, average battle earned, let's say 20,000 silver lions, you're probably going to earn 40, maybe even 50. And that's because the multiplier, especially on cruisers, are going to go up significantly. So that is a super change and well worth it, because I think a lot of people were struggling, especially under the recent EC that we had, even if there was a 50% boost on that, but because you were playing more against players, I think, than against bots, people sometimes came out after the battle and actually found that they were not losing silver lions, but they certainly hadn't gained very much over time. So I think the change is very positive, and it's going to mean that essentially naval is going to fall more in line with hopefully what you can earn if you're playing other tanks or planes. So well done to Gaiden for that one. So not exactly hidden, but it was a drop down in one of the news articles that came out from Gaiden. We're going to get some new destroyers for premium, and they're going to remove some as well. And what actually struck me the most when I saw this list was not the different type of ships, but it was the cost of them. As you can see from the top of the list, the destroyers that are going to be removed sort of cost between 4,000 to 7,000 golden eagles, and the one they're going to add in is coming from all the way from about 250 to 1,300 golden eagles, so a significantly price difference. Now that's good news for us, of course, that they cost less, but I certainly wouldn't go and buy any premium destroyers right now, as clearly they're going to fall in price significantly going forward. So just a heads up on that one. Okay, that is all for now. I hope that you soon will research and play battleships, and hopefully, like me, have a really good time with it. I certainly look forward to it. So take care, and please leave a comment underneath. That is always appreciated. Gunship over and out.